Hello. So today we are going to be casting a replay game. This is Elite Murloc Chieftans and Guy's Gems, playing in the NGS series. Their first map that they chose was Cursed Hollow, as you can see. Yeah, it should be a good time. On the left, we have Elite Murloc Chieftans. We have Norian playing Greymane, Undead playing Hanzo, Brogene playing Stukov, Diablo is going to be played by Goku, and Kritovast on the Leoric. And for Guy's Gems, we have Stwish on the Rhaegar, Odin on the Asmodan, Cody Kraz on Tychus, User2 on Sonya, and Spoogles on the Johanna. Now, Asmodan can be a lot of fun on Cursed Hollow. It's a big map. If you can get some push going, you can really do a fair bit of damage that way. So there's always that. It looks like most of the members of both teams are going to come fight in the mid, but Asmodan is going to go ahead and start bot. He's going to be putting out his generals, probably top lane. We've got some sprays going out. A little bit of love. Looks like Sonya's going to go ahead and go top as well. And Guy's Gems is just going to start out by getting their soak on. Goku's taking a fair bit of damage. Tychus does a lot with his minigun trait to tanks. But Stukov is going to be able to use that silence and really kind of zone them away. Looks like in the bot lane, Greymane has gone to face off with the Asmodan. And in the top lane, we have the Leoric and the Sonya. Leoric was actually doing a fair bit of damage with that spooky hand. Then in the mid, they're just going to be a little bit arguing back and forth. Probably not a whole lot going on, although Cody Kraz is definitely using his minigun trait on that Diablo. Stukov is going to be able to heal him right back up, though, so there's nothing real exciting there. When we're looking at lanes right now, we've got kind of a 3-1-1. If they so desire, Diablo particularly could start doing some roaming, especially if he decided to roam with that Hanzo. It would set them up some nice gank opportunities for Elite Murloc Chieftains. We'll see if they decide to take opportunity of that. In the top lanes, Sonya was getting a fair bit of damage off on that Leoric. He had to back and tap as well. Meanwhile, Asmodan had to full back. Rhaegar is taking an early camp, prepping for that first tribute to come up. They're going to try to get some extra damage going on. Rhaegar, due to his lightning shields, is actually pretty good at taking camps, even with the recent nerfs. He's going to back just so he's full healed. Blue team, so Leoric did get a kill on that Sonya. Sonya stayed just a little too long in the top lane. So Rhaegar is going to go up there and cover the soak. Meanwhile, Asmodan is pushing bot. He's now got a camp to push with him. Sonya is going to be heading back to the top lane. Greymane is working on a camp for Elite Murloc Chieftains. Also quite good at getting camps for himself. And the first tribute is up. It is in the bot lane. So they're just going to start going down. Now the top lane camp is going to be pushing this whole time, and red team has to decide, Guy's Gems, if they want to contest that or not. But it looks like they're just going to head down and focus on this tribute. They're not real concerned yet with that. Their fort is open down here on the bot lane, so that gives Guy's Gems a little bit of an advantage there. They've got pretty good positioning coming in here. Elite Murloc Chieftains, though, has also all arrived, and they do have a camp pushing top that there's really nothing Guy's Gems can do about right now. Asmodan's going to come around the back line. Fair bit of damage is going into that Sonya, but she's going to spin in there, get some heals going. Meanwhile, in the back lane, Asmodan is just putting the laser on people, but Greymane gets isolated in the middle of Guy's Gems. Pretty sure Elite Murloc Chieftains is just going to have to back out now. Diablo is probably going to fall. Nope, they'd let him walk away. Leoric is also very low, but he's going to make it on out of there. Asmodan's going to back up, and the first tribute goes over to Guy's Gems. Everybody's just going to kind of head back to their lanes. Experience is staying pretty even at this point. Just the tiniest advantage to Elite Murloc Chieftains, but not enough to even matter. Sevens are approaching, which is the next decent talent tier. Let's take a look at some talents right now. So we have Greymane is going the cocktail build. Target practice for Hanzo, which is pretty typical. The bigger silence for Stukov. He's really going into that reach. Of course, the souls for Diablo, and so pretty normal builds so far. Nothing out of the ordinary. Wolf Run, so he wants to move faster on Rhaegar. Globe build. But for heroes, so Asmodean is going a little more team fight with this build. Sonya did go War Paint and over block. It gives Sonya a little bit more ability to sustain, makes it easier for her to take camps, but also in team fights, all of her basic attacks heal. Asmodean's pretty low. He's going to have to back, or at least come back, but he can still throw his globes in. Elite Murloc Chieftains is pretty nicely queued up, grouped up, which makes it easy to hit them all with globes. Look at all the globes he just got hit with. The Orc is going to take a fair bit of damage, but that silence is definitely keeping Guy's Gems from being able to go in too hard. The Orc is falling really low here in the back, but so is Johanna. She's going to use her Unstoppable to get out of there, and she's going to be okay. Sonya is very low, though. I really think Guy's Gems needs to just kind of back out at this point. The health bars of Elite Murloc Chieftains are just much, much higher. Yeah, so they are going to go ahead and back out. Oh, nope, they're going to poke one more time. They don't want to give this tribute up yet. So they're going to come in one more time. Even though their health bars are really low. Yeah, there's the Sonya's going to fall there, and that silence, Johanna's also going to fall. Guy's Gems is absolutely going to have to back out now. They're going to let Elite Murloc Chieftains have this tribute. And so we are at a 1-1 on the tributes. Now, Guy's Gems is looking at going boss. Elite Murloc Chieftains is going to do the same thing, I bet. So we're going to have competing bosses happening. Elite Murloc Chieftains is getting a head start on theirs, and no one's starting on Guy's Gems, even though the pings are going out. Elite Murloc Chieftains is almost done. They're going to have to decide whether they want to push with this boss, or whether they're going to want to cycle top and try to stop Guy's Gems. But Guy's Gems just now starting on their boss. Looks like they're going to opt not to cycle down on this Asmodean. He's going to back up a bit and work on getting this boss. Top curse is coming up. Boss is still not finished yet for Guy's Gems, but they are working on it. Meanwhile, Elite Murloc Chieftains is cycling up towards this tribute. Rhaegar is kind of scouting out. He probably doesn't want to be there. That's not a great place. He's going to use his slowing totem so he can get out of there. Boss is taken. So they've got Asmodean working on boss down bot. Meanwhile, boss is taken on top lane here. So Elite Murloc Chieftains kind of has a choice they have to make about what they want to do. Guy's Gems is not really trying to go in too hard. And this is going to go over to Elite Murloc Chieftains fairly easily. Guy's Gems is just going to kind of back out, do a little bit of poking. They're going to go ahead and cycle down and take their camps and leave this boss to just do a little bit of damage. Asmodean was able to save the fort down bot, so no real damage done from either boss, really. Not a lot of boss value. 10s are approaching for both teams. The next tribute could result in a curse for Elite Murloc Chieftains, so Guy's Gems is going to want to be a little more aggressive on that, but they both want to get 10s before that happens. Sonya's taking camps. Asmodean is cycled down. So 4v4 in the mid, but they're just going to back off because Greymane is also taking a camp. 10s have been gotten for Elite Murloc Chieftains, and Guy's Gems will be getting theirs as well. So they will both have 10s for this tribute. Still looking at what all they're picking. March of the Black King, Apocalypse, Flailing Swipe, Dragon's Arrow. Greymane did go for the Throat. We have Ancestral Healing, Demonic Invasion, which has already been used, Odin, Wrath, and the Blessed Shield. Wrath has been popped. Sonya is going in. Apocalypse goes out, stuns. Whew. Guy's Gems falls really low there, even with Odin. Elite Murloc Chieftains made swift work With that Apocalypse hitting 3 of those members like that, they were able to just kind of take them right out. Hanzo getting nice value on his hero damage. So the first curse does go to Elite Murloc Chieftans. They're going to take bot, start there. They're going to let top push on its own because they do still have that camp. Guys, Gems is going to have to respond pretty quickly if they don't want to lose bot, but they decide they're going to instead work on saving mid and heading towards that keep. Elite Murloc Chieftans wants to get some keep damage in. That does make sense, as keep towers and walls provide a lot of XP. Getting an XP advantage definitely helps these games to do well. So if they can hit 13 by getting this wall, then they're, you know, up a talent tier again, and that puts them in a good place for taking fights. Sonya is clearing up that bot camp, but the top camp, but that top fort did fall. Leoric went a little deep walking past the fort. Now he's backing up. Cody Kraz is pretty low on Tychus. Norian has gone Worgen, and he is just chunking that keep. They really want to take this keep down. Guys, Gems has 4, Asmodean is here, but Rhaegar using his ancestral healing on Cody Kraz to keep him up. Odin is about to pop up, but I think that they're just going to disengage. Odin is going to go ahead and be used here, though. They want to kind of chase this fight. Elite Murloc Chieftans is just having none of it. They're done. They got the keep. They got what they wanted. They do not feel the need to take this fight. So they're just going to keep backing up. They have now backed up to their fort. Guys, Gems is still pushing in. We do have Apocalypse up. Nope, they're just going to go ahead and separate out now. Elite Murloc Chieftans is going to go take their camp. I bet Sonya's going to head to her hard camp. Guys, Gems is just going to push the mid now. They really want to try to get 13 for themselves. The next tribute is going to be top. Guys, Gems does not have a fort top to back into, nor do they have a well. That is a little bit of a disadvantage for them when it comes to the next tribute. It's not going to be a curse point for either team, so one team could opt to not go for that. Bosses will be up in 5 seconds for Elite Murloc Chieftans, about 30 seconds for Guys, Gems. So Elite Murloc Chieftains could opt to go for boss. That bottom lane is wide open. Boss can get some core damage in if the Elite Murloc Chieftains don't defend it. Meanwhile, Guys, Gems is going to push in. They're going to work on taking this mid fort. Greymane is not there yet, though. He's heading towards the tribute. It is 4 in the mid lane. They both have their hard camps there. Guys, Gems is just going to, Elite Murloc Chieftains is going to back off. Guys, Gems is going to try to clear up and save their fort. Tribute is here. Tychus is hiding in the bush, but he's like, you know what? My team is not here. I'm gonna back on out. Hanzo's doing some scoping, and they see that there's really no one around to fight them right now. Diablo's anchoring. Asmodean sent in his general. They're going to do a flank. They are on the Hanzo, but the Hanzo is able to get away. Apocalypse goes out, but it does not connect. Well, it does connect with the Rhaegar. Ball goes out. Lots of damage on the Hanzo. Hanzo is so low, he has to back out. Elite Murloc Chieftains is just running for their lives. Greymane falls. Odin is popped. So much damage, both siege and otherwise. Johanna's really low, but it doesn't matter. Elite Murloc Chieftains has just kind of backed off at this point. Also, a camp is pushing mid, so there's a lot of fort pressure happening now. Guys, Gems has to be pretty good about that fight. Greymane recognizing that Sonya landed a really good spear on him. Was not expecting that, thought he was safe. Sonya's falling really low. That silence made it hard for her to get away. Spooky Hand did connect, but Sonya was able to spin to safety. Meanwhile, Asmodean is pushing this fort. He's going to put an orb. He's just trying to wean it down. He's also got a camp bot, and he puts his general down there. The general makes all the minions and everything hit even harder, so the bot fort is in a fair bit of trouble. Looks like Elite Murloc Chieftains is thinking about rotating to their boss. They're just going to go clear up that bot lane. Guys Gems, however, is going to go ahead and take their boss right now. They want to kind of force Elite Murloc Chieftans into having to respond to this. This next point could be a curse point for Guys Gems. Elite Murloc Chieftans really doesn't want to give it up. However, because they are not on their boss, when Guys Gems finishes, they will be able to rotate down. They may not be able to stop this tribute, but they will be able to then take Elite Murloc Chieftain's boss if they so desire. Nope, they are because of the globe. Globe was trying to stop them and did. So now they're able to fight this off, but there's a boss. Odin is popped. It's going in. Lots of damage on the back line. Apot goes out, hits 2 of the members. Rhaegar is in some trouble, but he's going to back on out. Sonya is falling very low, but so is Stukov. Stukov is going to go down. Sonya goes down. Hanzo is in a bit of trouble in the back line with that laser. He's going to fall. Greymane is low, but so is Tychus. Tychus is going to get some heals. Only 2 members left for Elite Murloc Chieftains. Diablo is by himself. He's going to have to back off. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, that boss is getting a lot of value, and it is a curse for Guys Gems. Way to turn this game around. Boss is going to get a lot of value now as the forts and towers have turned off. It is at half health, but there's only Diablo to clean it up, and Elite Murloc Chieftains is in a bit of a tough spot. He probably needs to just back up. He can't defend the boss against the whole team. But Guys Gems has opted to go for a camp instead of ganking the Diablo. So it's just Spoogles, well, and the boss. Boss is getting as much damage onto Diablo as anything. Diablo's gonna back up a little bit. Tychus is taking a lot of damage. March of the Black King was just used, chunking them pretty hard, but Rhaegar was able to drop his healing totem and heal it back up, so it didn't really affect their team at all. Boss has fallen, but mid-keep is going to go down. I don't think they can stop it. Nope, there's Tychus just popped a grenade at it. So Elite Murloc Chieftains is down 2 keeps after that. Guys Gems is calling for a camp. They opted not to go boss. They are down their Azmodan, so they don't want to risk losing a team fight at this point. They're on even talent tiers, so it's definitely not worth that. Leoric is going to work on cleaning up that top lane. Or not. He's going to walk. Nope, he is. All right. He's like, oh, wait. I should probably not let a camp and catapults get on my core. Greymane's going to go help him out. They've also got a camp coming mid. Meanwhile, Elite Murloc, Guys Gems is going to focus up and head towards Elite Murloc Chieftain's boss. They can tell they're not at boss because they can see that they're all mid. Well, maybe they're just going to clear bot and try to get some push there. I'm probably just being more aggressive. Looks like they're just going to work on taking that bot fort at this point and trying to get 20. Elite Murloc Chieftains, meanwhile, is going to go in. They've had enough of that middle fort. They want that to fall.
Has destroyed a fort.
Elite Murloc Chieftains is going to have to back again pretty soon to deal with the catapult pressure on top. They can't leave it. They are going to go look for their boss right now, though. They've decided it's a good time. Nope, they're not. They have decided not to because they are not really sure. I guess maybe they weren't sure where Guys Gems were. Leoric is going to head back to core for that. Really think they should go boss here. I think they're just a bit nervous. And there's Azmodan trying to scope it out. It's way too late now. Guys Gems is going to come in and they're going to be like, we're going to get on this boss if you guys aren't going to take it. Leoric is having to help with the clearing the core. So they don't have 5 here that they can really get on it. Makes it hard for them to have any kind of boss control. Odin has been popped. All that sieging potential is coming up. Elite Murloc Chieftains is just going to have to back out. There's not a whole lot they can do. They're going to have to not go to this tribute either because now they've got mid pressure, they've got top pressure, and they've got this boss coming in on the bot lane. So Elite Murloc Chieftains is in a bit of a rough spot, needing to get some control. Guys, Gems is actually going to push their catapults in mid. They're feeling pretty confident. 20 is almost there for them. Great stun by Diablo in on that Rhaegar. Apoc is going out, hits 3 of the members, and Tychus is just eliminated. Sodia is eliminated. Rhaegar is having to use his heal spell on Johanna to get her out. Might have been a little premature, but I can understand why you wanted her to live. Unfortunately, they do still just have to go clear up that boss, and so Guys Gems is still going to manage to get the tribute. Elite Murloc Chieftans did well in that engage, but they're not really able to capitalize on it because everything is just so pushed towards them. Death timers are long though, so they are going to be able to clear it up, and then they can decide what they want to do at this point. You know, they're probably going to take that top camp. If they can take that top camp and get their, get catapults cleared off, that camp can kind of push their lane out a little bit. That'll help. Asmodeus is just able to put so much pressure with his generals. It just makes his minions stronger, and they're able to really beat down the enemy minions, particularly with the lane changes that recently happened. His pushing power is just really, really strong. Murloc Chieftans wants to cycle down to this boss. They don't want to give Guys Gems another boss. The curse is also here. Tychus does have Odin up once again, and Odin, as you have seen, is just doing tons of damage to the back line when it's coming in. But if Diablo is able to get a good stun onto the Rhaegar, get those heals and get an early kill, that can help. Stukov is spreading his healing everywhere. They were scoped out in the bush. Good use of Blinding Wave there to scope them out instead of walking just right into the bushes, as often happens. Right now these teams are just posturing up, looking at each other. Big cocktail going out. Asmodeus is actually just pushing the core. He's not even here. So at this point, Guys Gems just needs to stall them out. That arrow goes in. Fortunately, not quite enough value. Apoc misses all except for the Odin, but Odin has all that armor. Greymane is all over the Odin, but the Rhaegar heal goes out. He doesn't have any damage now. And meanwhile, Asmodeus takes the core down, which is probably exactly what their plan was. Just hold him there and get all the core pressure with Asmodeus. All right. That was a good first game. Good first game. So, okay. Now we're going to just flip screens for just a minute so I can bring up the second game. And I'll be right back. Having just a minor technical problem with my heroes wanting to pop back up, so it'll be just a second. The next map that we are going to is Infernal Shrines. Should be a fun game. So I'll hopefully have that up in just a second here. Okay, and we are back. So here we have Infernal Shrines. Guys Gems is up 1 game. This best of 2 series. It's not really a best of 2, but 2 games. For Elite Murloc Chieftains, we have Norian on the Zarya, Undead on the Kael'thas, Krenovast on Alarak, Brogene on the Stukov, and Goku on Garrosh. And For Guy's Gems, we have Stwish on that Alexstrasza, Odin on the Ragnaros, Cody Kraz on the Tychus, User 2 on Sonya, and Spookles is on the Anubarak. So this is a, I like these mix-ups. Rag is just going to start bottom. He doesn't want to party in the mid. He doesn't feel any need to dance with the enemy team. Zarya has a lot of potential for shields, kind of extra healing for the team, kind of give that Stukov some backup. Not so much healing, but damage reduction and protection. The silence from the Stukov is still very much a thing. Just this brawl in the middle is going down. Nice throw on the Tychus by the Gara. She is going to fall. And now they're just going to kind of head out to their lanes. Looks like Alarak is going to go top against the Sonya. Looks like they're going to try to get a gank on the Ragnaros, but Rag is smart. He's going to back up. He doesn't want any of that. And I wonder if Elite Murloc Chieftans is going to try to opt for the 4-man rotation here. Alexstrasza is rotating. She's taking the safe route. Anubarak is still hanging mid. They are going to try to get a capture on that Anubarak. Stun goes down. Silence goes out, so he can't burrow away. Lots of body blocking. Throw him out, and that Anubarak is going to fall. That was an excellent gank. Really well played. Meanwhile, Sonya is taking a fair bit of damage from this Anubarak. From this Alarak up top. Woo! Alarak, Anubarak, all the A's. It does look like Guy's Gem is just working on, Elite Murloc Chieftans is working on just doing this 4-man rotation, trying to get ahead in XP, grab ganks when they can. Rag had to back up. He's having to just play it really safe. Alexstrasza is heading top to kind of help out the Sonya a bit, who is having a little bit of a hard time dealing with this Alarak. I think Murloc Chieftans is starting off pretty strong on this team. Already with some ganks. Seems to be really enjoying it. I'm going to notice that the overlays for NGS don't work quite as well on the replays screen as they do in the actual games. So that's unfortunate. Alright, so lanes, looks like Chieftans and Stukov have gone to take camps, so lanes are a little different right now. They're not quite so much looking for ganks. Sonya is off taking the hard camp, actually, on the top lane. The first shrine is going to be bot. Oh, Ragnaros fell. They got a great gank on the Ragnaros right before shrine spawned. Meanwhile, Elite Murloc Chieftans is going to have to... Alaric's going to be late. He's got to stay and clean up that camp, but he should get that done relatively quick, although Mercs are doing a fair bit of damage to him, so he's going to have to back and tap. There is a camp mid as well, although those are a little easier to clear up than the top hard camps. Ragnaros is back because the death timers are really short right now. Shrine is coming active at about 2 seconds. Guy's Gems is all there, ready to go. Elite Murloc Chieftans is not quite all there yet. Guy's Gems is going to go ahead and light it up and start. Elite Murloc Chieftans is going to spread some fire. Alarak is coming in, going to get a stun in, but he's going to get right back out. Zarya is coming in, putting some damage on. Flame Strike going down. Living Bomb on the Anubarak. Spookles is taking a lot of damage. He's trying to get out, but he is going to fall. Really great body blocking, and he just wasn't able to get out. That silence is just making life hard. Ragnarok is doing a great job with his Qs. He's trying to... He's got the Flame Buffet for Alexstrasza, so she did go that build. So Furious Hungers is how Ragnaros went, so he did not go Q Quest. Goku's taking a lot of damage. Silence is going out. Sonya is spinning in. She's trying to get a kill on that Goku, but he is able to get a shield, and he is going to get out of there. Nexus has a little bit more clearing power with the Ragnaros and the Sonya. Elite Murloc Chieftans is pretty low. They're going to have to just back out and give this shrine over to Guy's Gems, I think. Meanwhile, Guy's Gems still has that camp pushing mid. Ragnaros is going to go ahead and push top. They're going to just spread out. They really want to get a level advantage at this point. They know that the first Punishers die pretty quickly. It's already been baited over the wall. It's nearly dead. It's not even going to get this fort. So Guy's Gems has decided to just kind of back off and try to get a little bit of an XP advantage. Elite Murloc Chieftans is really doing a great job keeping up with the XP though. They're pretty neck and neck so far. All right, Goku's just kind of circling around. We come mid just for a little more back and forth. Sonya's working on clearing out some things. She's gonna back away. Ragnaros is hiding in the bush there. He's gonna drop out on that. Alarac's gonna go ahead and back a little bit. Just tap. Elite Murloc Chieftans is back to their 4-man. They're gonna see if they can get another gank on this Anubarak. But he is going to just get right out of there. He has seen this gank before, and he doesn't want any part of it. Alexstrasza is going to head down. She's taking the safer route to get down to her Anubarak. Meanwhile, the 4-man heads mid. Tychus and Sonya are going to back. They don't want to deal with that. In the top lane, Alarak and Ragnaros are pretty even. Chieftans and Stukov are going to be taking a camp again. We've kind of got this 2-2-1 laning thing going on right now. Guys Gems is inching just a smidge ahead in experience since no one was covering the bot lane there, but with the camp that should help even that out. They didn't really crash any waves. They didn't really lose experience. They're just a little bit delayed getting it, if that makes sense. The next shrine is going to be top. Teams are pretty even as far as that goes. Alarak is going to probably need to back up pretty soon. He's pretty low in health. Cody Kraz is pretty low in health as well. Was able to stand in the Alexstrasza heal, and he had his tap up, so he's going to be okay. Sonya is taking their camp. So she's going to be able to come up and start clearing this mid now that her camp is taking. Stukov is kind of hiding up top, waiting to see if they can maybe get a gank. Chieftans is also going to come up. But Odin is, Ragnaros, Odin is like, I'm not fooled. I am out of there. It's like Sonya is going to rotate and work on their hard camp. She wants to get that pressure going. And here's where Guys Gems is just a little bit ahead on the macro pressure game. They are, their rotations are a little more crisp. They're spreading out a little bit more. Elite Murloc Chieftans, as time has gone on, their 4-man rotation has rotated less. They haven't really gotten a good gank in a while, which makes it harder for them. Looks like both teams are going to go ahead and get their hard camps. Elite Murloc Chieftans is just now getting on theirs. Guys Gems has finished theirs, and they are setting up to begin this point. Both teams have chosen their ults. Expulsion Zone for Zarya, Phoenix, Counter-Strike, Flailing Swipe, Warlord's Challenge, so he's got the taunt. Cleansing Flame, so she's got the bomb healing. Lava Wave has gone out. Commander Odin, Wrath of the Berserker, and Cocoon. Phoenix is out. Cocoon is up on the Zarya. She's going to be broken out fairly quickly. Odin has been popped, and lots of damage is going down. Sonya's coming in the back line. She's got Wrath, and she is all over that Chieftans. He does not have a stun to use her on her. Swish switches into the dragon form. She's got bigger heals now, and Cleansing Flame. Taunton Oz down on the Sonya, and Sonya falls. But Cody was able to use that siege to just finish off the shrine. He used Odin's excellent sieging power and was just able to finish off the shrine. So even though they went 1-1, another shrine goes over to Guys Gems. Swish getting in one more healing circle as a dragon before she becomes human again. Nubrat goes in and gets a stun, but then gets thrown back into the team. Team is not going to have follow-up. Oh, they do. That bounce by the Alarak was fantastic. And now Alarak's kind of out by himself up against Cody. There we go. He backed up and got some heals, so he's okay. Punisher goes down. They do save their camp. Meanwhile, Sonya is going to go take their camp. Ragnarok is going to take bottom. They really want to get that siege pressure on. They do have 13s. 4 Guys Gems. Elite Murloc Chieftans is not too far behind. Are they going to gank this Sonya? Sonya sees them coming and decides to get the heck out of dodge. Bot fort did fall. Really not a lot of structures missing at this point. Teams are just kind of doing a good job of keeping their lanes cleared and fairly evenly pushed. Looks like Guys Gems, though, is feeling the desire to invade. Murloc Chieftans is there, though. Guys Gems is going to get that camp. Goku is going to fall. Just too much damage. Zarya is in the cocoon. She is probably going to fall as well. Or they're going to just walk away and let her go. They're going to chase the Alarak. They kind of all went in different directions there, so Zarya is just going to be able to come out of that cocoon and walk away. They used it more for a disengage. They decided they didn't really want to fight that. 13s have been picked up by Elite Murloc Chieftains now as well, so we're back on even talent tiers. Guys Gems is pushing in with their camp. They want to see if they can get this well. Put Elite Murloc Chieftains at a disadvantage of not having a well for this next gem. Maybe even take the whole fort if they can. They don't have Rag or Sonya, so Elite Murloc Chieftains really could choose to fight this, but Guys Gems is just going to back on out before anyone has a chance to try to catch them. They don't really want to do that engage with two of their members off in lanes. Sonya is coming up. She's kind of in a bad position, but she's going to just spin away safely to her team. Those little bugs everywhere slowing you down, not letting you mount. So frustrating. Rotations are going out for both teams. Kodikraz is in a fair bit of trouble. He is going to make it out. Garage can't quite catch him. Lava Wave is used just to clear the lane. It doesn't really hit anyone. Sonya's up top taking their camp, so it is a 4v5 right now. But there's just a lot of poking going on. Not really any hard engages. I think Elite Murloc Chieftains is feeling a little nervous. They're not down a talent tier yet, though, so if they're going to take a fight, now is really when they need to do it. But they are instead going to walk away from the shrine and go clear mid and probably top. It's a little bit odd decision. Chieftans and Garrosh are still mid. $16 is about to happen for Guys Gems, and at that point it's going to be much, much harder for Elite Murloc Chieftains to take a fight. But it looks like they're just going to poke and maybe plan to give this one up and defend. This Punisher will go bot lane, though, which their key is open. No, they are going to go ahead and try to take this fight before 16s happen. Silence goes out. Anubarak does fall. Phoenix Flame is going out. Alexstrasza is going to take to the air with her healing bombs. Odin has been popped. He's going to start putting damage, both siege and otherwise. Zarya is falling really low, has to use her bubble for herself. Alarak is going to fall there, but Sonya is very low, but Norian is also going to fall. Garrosh is kind of left alone in the mid. Punisher is going to go over to Guys Gems. And they are also going to lose that Garrosh. Man, when Odin sieges up, in that Odin form, when Kodikraz sieges up in that Odin form, it's a little confusing because there's Odin that's the Ragnaros, and then there's the Odin form for the Tychus. But when the Odin form is popped, it can just put so much damage, both siege and teamfight pressure. And Elite Murloc Chieftains is just not quite able to manage it. Cody's doing a great job with his positioning on that Tychus, though, and kind of being out of the way. Meanwhile, Elite Murloc Chieftains is baiting the Punisher. Trying to get it back a little bit. Maybe they were trying to get it to the core, but weren't quite able to do that. They're trying to keep it off of their keep, it looks like. They don't really want to have to deal with catapult pressure already in the game. It looks like Guys Gems is not interested in pressing this quite yet, though. Even though they do have 16s, they've already separated off to get camps. They're just going to keep putting up the pressure. This is their game. They thrive on the pressure game. You know, take the mercs, do those rotations. They're really making Elite Murloc Chieftains respond to them. Elite Murloc Chieftains isn't really able to get the engages or the merc pressure that they might want because they're just having to respond to Guys Gems rotations and pressure, which are just a little bit faster. Guys, Gems is circling down. They want to put a little extra pressure on the bot lane. Murloc Chieftans is coming in. Are we going to see a bit of a fight here? Murloc Chieftans is not 16 yet. It's a little bit of a risky engage until that happens. Alexstrasza scoping them out in the bush with her flames. They are just going to disengage here. They don't want to... Now that 16s have been achieved, they don't want that fight anymore. They're going to go back to their lane pressure, keep those mercs pushed up, and just kind of wait. We're at the point of the game where if you are ahead and you've already taken all the camps and you've got all your lanes pushed, you kind of have to wait. You don't want to force an engage that you could lose. Elite Murloc Chieftans is absolutely looking to catch someone out of position, get a pick which would give them a solid advantage to make a comeback on this map. They haven't lost any keeps yet, so they're not too far behind. Lava Wave is coming out to kind of just keep that top lane pushed. It's not gonna hit anyone. Ragnaros and Zarya are a little bit separated for the team, but Elite Murloc Chieftans is not going to push in on that fight because they're not sure where everyone else is. One of the things that happens when lanes are pushed really hard like this is that you don't have good vision to know where your enemy is. So they have to kind of be really careful with their rotations because they're not really sure where their enemy is. It's a little bit nerve-wracking because you don't want to get ganked. Looks like they're going to go ahead and grab their bot camp real quick. Guys, Gems is working on their hard camp up top. Next shrine is top. It is probably the last really good opportunity that Elite Murloc Chieftans has to take a fight. Guys, Gems is actually going to circle down, see if they can catch them out on this rotation. Expulsion zone goes out, but it's really just a disengage. Guys, Gems is going to go ahead and circle up to the top, clear up that camp. Meanwhile, Guys, Gems is probably going to just head straight for the shrine and get an early start on that. With Sonya, they can just really take that shrine so fast. Murloc Chieftans recognizes they are not, that they're not 20 yet. Zarya is already in the cocoon. The silence goes out. Ragnaros is in the back. He is stunned. Alexstrasza's dragon has been popped. A noob goes out. He is taunted by the Garrosh. They just don't quite have enough damage to follow up. That dragon is doing so much damage. Norian is falling low on that Zarya, who hasn't been able to get a good flip yet. Odin is doing just a ton of damage to everyone. And Ragnaros has sieged up, and so now Ragnaros is doing a ton of damage to everyone. Alexstrasza is now in dragon form. She's backing out. Ragnaros has come off. No one has died yet, so that is a good thing. Health bars are a little low, but the shrine is gotten by Guys, Gems. Sorry, I was really impressed with the new bot getting out of there with almost no health. That was good. That was some trust in the healer as well as the shields is what that was. Guys, Gems is going to circle down and take this hard camp as well. They want all the pressure that they can get. They really want to take this keep. They are level 20. Although Ragnaros did go mid, so he is going to cycle up though now that the camp has been gotten. They're going to put a fair bit of pressure. Punisher is already halfway down health-wise and falling rapidly. Meanwhile, Guys, Gems is going to cycle. They're going to put pressure on mid, but there is still that camp pushing top. So Elite Murloc Chieftans is responding to mid, but that camp is going to get a lot of value top. All right, Guys, Gems is going to go ahead and back out. They're going to continue their Merc game. At this point, they want to play it safe. They are not wanting to risk that they could lose a team fight and give Elite Murloc Chieftans a chance to come back in this game. So they're going to just play it safe, go take more camps, put more pressure on. They're not willing to give Elite Murloc Chieftans a hard engage at this point. they don't really see where it would benefit them, I guess, which makes sense. Guys, Gems is just getting all the mercs. The map is painted incredibly red. Elite Murloc Chieftans just can't really do anything except circle around and try to clean up. I really feel like if they want to have a chance at coming back, they need to take a hard engage, but they need to get 20 before they can do that. So they really just need to not die. Here comes Odin popped, putting up that siege pressure. Phoenix Flames goes out. It's kind of an odd position. It does, I guess, provide some zoning for them. Ragnaros is up on the fort. So there's just so much damage going out now between the Odin and the Ragnaros. Both on the enemy team and on the keep. Lava Wave comes out, keeping the top lane pushed. So there's a lot of merc pressure there. Goku is falling really low. Tychus is all over him. He is going to fall. He does taunt the Anub'arak. Anub'arak is going low, but he's going to make it out. Ragnaros gives him the speed boost. Sonya is going very low, but those healing... The healing is going to keep the Sonya from doing too much. I don't know why I'm all over the Sonya. That flip onto the Swish was just amazing. Was so good. The flailing arm to get them backed off. Sonya is really low and on fire. I don't know why I keep following this Odin. It won't stop doing that. Okay, here we go. All right. So, here we go. All right, now it stopped doing whatever that was. That was strange. Sorry for that. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to continue with the clearing up. They still have not lost a keep, which honestly was pretty impressive. They did a great defense there. They are now 20. Unfortunately, still 23 seconds until they have all of their members back for Elite Murloc Chieftans. Alexstrasza will be back in about 11 seconds. Guys, Gems is already postured up, ready for this shrine to be active. They can take it so fast with that Ragnaros. Sonya's not even with them. She's taking the top camp. She wants to get more pressure. Elite Murloc Chieftans is starting to head, but they're waiting for their tanks to come up. Everyone is up now. Lava Wave is going out on that top lane. They just really want to keep it pushed, which when the mercs are gotten, that will give them the best opportunity, because those mercs can just walk right up there. The shrine is already taken over by Guys Gems. Elite Murloc Chieftans is just trying to keep their keeps pushed out as best they can. They figure they're better off fighting this Punisher. Looks like they're kiting up a little bush party, seeing if they can catch someone out. Maybe going to collapse on this Ragnaros, but it's just the Zarya and Chieftans. There's really not a lot the two of them are going to get done. Might have been a little bit of a miscommunication there. They're still setting up in this bush, but no, they do decide to just head to the Punisher. I could see if they were looking to maybe come behind the Punisher and take the fight, but the fight is initiated. Flailing Swipe goes out. Wrath is popped. Odin is going down. Alexstrasza has to back out. She did get flipped. Phoenix Flames is going down to kind of zone them out. Ragnaros is still top. He was taking that top camp this whole time. Lava Wave comes in. Members are running out of it. Top fort is gone under double merc pressure. Bottom fort is also gone from the Punisher. Mid fort is about to fall as well. Elite Murloc Chieftans is just trying to get that Punisher off their core. Now they've got Siege coming in. This is a really tough spot to be with this core defense. Ragnaros takes over the keep that just fell. Now he's putting tons of damage down. Odin is not available, but so much damage. Alexstrasza is in her dragon form, and she is just doing tons of damage. Alarak is going to fall. Flailing Swipe goes out. He's just trying to keep them off their core. Sonya's doing so much damage. And Anub'arak is going to fall, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. That is game 2 going to Guys Gems. Well played. Well played. Elite Murloc Chieftans did a good job trying to stay in that, but they just couldn't quite overcome the pressure that Guys Gems was able to put in. So well done. Well played, teams. And thanks a lot for letting me cast this.